My friends, we are getting closer and closer and closer to Christmas. For some of us, that is hallelujah, yay. For others, it's like, ugh, because you're not quite finished with all of the Christmas prep. So, what is the preparation piece? We can talk about Advent, we can talk about expectation, we can talk about baby Jesus' birth. What is the preparation piece when it comes to Advent, Christmas Day, the birth of Jesus? I'm Kathy Weaver, and I am definitely part of the fan club for Delinda Lane and the fun, fearless female global community of Christian women. And yes, it is Words of Wisdom Wednesday. When you are preparing and the littles see you shopping or wrapping gifts or putting up Christmas trees or whatever that looks like in your family, there's also a nativity set, perhaps. So who is that? You see them, they see the baby in the manger and the shepherds and the three kings and Mary and Joseph, and they look at the baby in the crib, and then you get to tell them stories, and they say, I want to hug baby Jesus. Can I give baby Jesus a hug? And I have not actually been one of those people to not let them touch the crib, I call it, the nativity set necessarily. Now, mine's a little cumbersome from a standpoint of hard to get to, hard to reach, but I would never actually stop them from that. I want them to know baby Jesus, the manger, all the animals, things like that, the star. And so I literally was looking up when you're reading a story to your littles at Christmas time, preparing them for the birth of Jesus. Some people do birthday cake. And think about this too. I was actually thinking that in another group, I was talking about this. Everybody wants to get their Santa picture. Okay. Baby's first Christmas, Santa Claus, usually the kids screaming, that kind of thing. I wonder how many people actually take a picture at their church of the nativity scene with the child in front of it or near baby Jesus if that's available. Some churches actually do live nativity from a standpoint of live animals on their property. But I was thinking in terms of the preparing part. I just want to hug baby Jesus, mommy. This is so cool. How do you answer that? So I looked up storybook titles that would be mm, common to start the conversation about baby Jesus, the birth of Christ, here comes the angel, things like that. And of course, the Christmas story is a beautiful um, retelling, if you will, of the Nativity. Room for a Little One, it's called A Christmas Tale. These are not endorsements, by the way. These are just opportunities to start the conversation if they haven't already. The Friendly Beasts, I thought that was interesting. Retelling of the traditional carol about the animals that were present at Jesus' birth. And sometimes that actually gives the little kiddo a chance to think in terms of animals were there when the baby was born. And again, they can't grasp a manger since, of course, now we've got cribs and things that are so ornate. The Nativity Story. This is a classic depiction of Mary, Joseph, and the events surrounding Jesus' birth. Who is Coming to Our House? It's another one. Who is Coming to Our House by Joseph Slate. So if you want to look these up, once again, the tools in my toolbox give a list of these things. That First Christmas Night, Song of the Stars is a Christmas story. Jesus Calling, the story of Christmas. Sarah Young has done a lot of someone calling over the years with her books. And this is called a warm devotional style storybook connecting the nativity to God's greater plan. So Jesus Calling, the story of Christmas by Sarah Young might be a good one to get that started. Then there's one by Max Lucado, The Crippled Lamb. And then, of course, the Christmas Promise. So there's lots and lots of stories that you could read to your littles and give them a little more insight into the baby Jesus part. Again, everybody does the Santa Claus thing, and I get that. But what do you do when your kiddo says, Mommy, I want to hug baby Jesus? Do you want to hug baby Jesus? And do they ever get the chance to do that? So when we're thinking in terms of Advent actually and Christmas and expectation and preparation. And you got to clean this and do this and cook this and decorate this. But what about the actual real preparation, the Advent piece of this? Mommy, I just want to hug baby Jesus. And then you think in terms of songs. They hear different songs and hymns at church, on the radio, whatever that looks like. So think in terms of away in a manger. Can you please tell me what a manger is? And have the little kiddo actually explain that to you. Baby Jesus laid in a manger, right, Mommy? Silent Night, that's a biggie. A lot of people know that song, but do they actually get what the Silent Night piece is? Oh, Holy Night, there's another one. And so you think again in terms of the prep and the Advent and the expectation piece of what we're actually celebrating Christmas for. What child is this? That's a good one. Pondering the identity of the baby in the manger. Interesting. The first Noel, a lot of people know that certainly. Hark the herald, angels sing. And again, you can see the angel here on my graphic, and that's what they're doing, announcing the baby is born. Mary, did you know? Have you heard that one in a while? Little drummer boy. Think about that. Angels we have heard on high, of course, and then a spiritual is go tell it on the mountain. So I just wanted to share that a little bit because you think in terms of these little kiddos might have no exposure necessarily to the baby, the manger, the crib, Mary and Joseph, the three kings, the wise men, all the animals that were around. What is that manger actually about? What's that star for? And what are all these angels doing around here? So I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. Today, again, is Words of Wisdom Wednesday. I'm Kathy Weaver. I'm thrilled to be here every single week. And when I thought about this and the Advent prep and all the different things we're doing in several Bible studies that I'm in, how many kiddos actually get to experience the baby Jesus part? They go see Santa, but do they go see Jesus? Something to ponder today, my friends. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.